Power sector spending probe. CBN explains expenditure before House of Representatives.
In the power sector, the interventions, the loans, and the rest, CBN was fully involved. And when we're talking about settlement now, why is CBN not involved?
Federal government unveils 4-year national response strategy for cancer prevention and control.
I invite all Nigerians to take full advantage of all these cancer control initiatives being provided by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's government.
Implement dust control measures in 7 days or risk project suspension. Works Minister reads Right Act to road construction companies.
We hope that they will initiate that immediately and directive plans to provide them and give them 7 days to ensure that that happens.
Good evening and welcome to NTA Network News. I am Lami Ali. Joining me from Lagos is Awal Yusuf Jibo. We will also be checking on our businessman, Benny Adams, who has the latest from the world of business. So, Benny, what's making news in the markets today?
Well, it's a booming Nigerian stock market, as well as in Tunisia, as well as South Africa. Also, but most importantly, the federal government is deploying technology to rake in more revenue for government spending. We'll give you details in the course of the bulletin.
All right, and in our sports corner, we have Bade Adele, who has the latest figures on sports dashboards. Bade.
Well, I mean, the weekend is here. We've got, stories about league football, tennis, and, of course, women's football.
Join us online on nta.ng/live and across our other social media platforms displayed on your screen. Now, President Bola Tinubu and his counterpart from the Democratic Republic of Sao Tome and Principe, Carlos Villanova, were among the dignitaries who today attended the wedding fatia of 10 children of the Minister of State for Defense, Bello Matawalli. State House correspondent Musbah Anwahab reports that the brief ceremony was held at the National Mosque in Abuja.
President Bola Tinubu leads the roll call of dignitaries of a national mosque. Presidents and former governors, members of the National Assembly, heads of agencies were also among the congregation. First, it was the Jummah prayers. And the presiding Imam, Professor Zakaria Lukman Samon, was on the preparation for the forthcoming Ramadan fast, calling on the faithful to prepare physically and spiritually in line with the teachings of Prophet Muhammad. On that, he advises them to repent from sins and seek forgiveness in welcoming the holy month.
Safiya Bello Matawalli.
And then, to the wedding fatiha of 10 children of a Minister of State for Defense, Bello Matawalli, 5 grooms and 5 brides. President Tinubu was the father of the day and supported by his counterparts from Sao Tome and Principe, Carlos Villanova.
To Almighty Allah to bless the marriage.
The Imam also prayed for the success of Tinubu's administration and prosperity of Nigeria.
We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to give him long life and prosperity to make his time on this throne, the presidency of this country, to make it successful for him, to make the hopeless people to be hopeful in his tenure.
In Abuja, Musbah Wahab, NT News.
Works Minister David Umahi has mandated China Harbour Engineering Company and its sister company, China Harbour Operation and Maintenance Company, handling the Mararaba Kefi Akwangalafia Makodi Dual Carriageway, to immediately implement dust control measures, including soil stabilization techniques. This followed a formal petition received from the public over the ongoing Makurdi 9th Mile Enugu Road project, where excessive dust from construction activity has continued to pose environmental and health risk to residents on the corridor. He warned that failure to resolve the issue within 7 days would lead to the project's suspension. On the dualization of the Maraba-Kefia-Kwangalafia-Makurdi Road, the minister also observed that portions of the earlier completed road by the past administration were already falling and erected. Thus, the first 5 kilometers of the project be milled, re-asphalted with concrete and properly remarked, stressing that the contractor has been given 7 days to commence the work. Umahi stated that the current administration inherited 2,064 ongoing projects valued at more than 13 trillion naira as of May 29, 2023, excluding those on the infrastructure tax credit scheme. Meanwhile, road construction and rehabilitation are progressing nationwide despite funding constraints.
With what the president is doing, we promise Nigerians that give us another 4 to 5 years, you will see a different country that, could be compared with any other country.
Following the shifts in U.S. development assistance policy, the Coordinating Minister of Health and Social Welfare, Professor Muhammad Ali Pati, has engaged with the United States government's implementing partners in Abuja, outlining Nigeria's renewed health financing strategy that will guide health sector investments over the next 5 years. Professor Pati explained that the agreement signed in December 2025, after extensive consultations, will see the U.S. commit nearly $2 billion, while Nigeria aims to increase domestic health financing by over $3 billion within the same period, describing the initiative as a critical step towards reducing long-term dependency on foreign aid, strengthening local systems, and building a resilient healthcare workforce. The minister expressed appreciation to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu for his leadership and vision in prioritizing the health sector reform, as he thanked the U.S. government for decades of support.
Countries like ours, ultimately, over time, as we grow, as things get better, as institutions get stronger, to exit the complete dependency for certain programs. So we saw alignment between the America First strategy, which changes the nature of the relationship, but in a responsible manner, allows governments to step up to do what is necessary.
Still on health matters, as part of renewed efforts to strengthen cancer prevention and treatment in the country, the federal government has launched key policy documents to guide national response to the disease. The Minister of State for Health and Social Welfare, Dr. Isiaka Adekunle Salako, unveiled the documents aimed at accelerating access to quality cancer care in Nigeria. The newly launched documents include the Nigerian Nuclear Medicine Strategic Plan and the National Cancer Control Plan 2026 to 2030, which are expected to serve as roadmaps for improving early detection, diagnosis, treatment, and research. The Director General of National Institute for Cancer Research and Treatment said the new centers and policy frameworks are side representing a major step towards lowering the disease burden, will also improve survival outcomes for patients nationwide.
To take full advantage of all these cancer control initiatives being provided by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's government, especially the preventive initiatives.
Closely linked to this is our effort to establish and expand the National Cancer Registry System. Reliable data is the backbone of effective cancer control.
Basi Itaipang reports that the minister also formally declared 8 oncology and preventive clinics operational across major federal tertiary health institutions in the country. Now, from Borno comes the report that the presidential initiative on emergency food and nutrition intervention has flagged off the distribution of assorted food items to vulnerable populations as part of efforts to tackle hunger and strengthen food security. Minister of Humanitarian Affairs and Poverty Reduction, Dr. Bernard Doro, says the intervention will cut across 10 northern states in Nigeria. Pauline Kujevana reports.
The intervention through the Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs and Poverty Reduction target 8,565 beneficiaries.
I am grateful for the items and I pray that God preserve our president.
This is not the first time we have received such support from the government.
Acting Governor of Borno State, Umar Usman Kadafur, commended the initiative, describing it as a key resilience building effort, while urging beneficiaries to utilize the support responsibly.
We remain sincerely appreciative of the Honorable Minister of Humanitarian Affairs for his visionary leadership, tireless advocacy for the vulnerable.
Minister of Humanitarian Affairs and Poverty Reduction, Dr. Bernard Doro, reaffirmed that access to food is a fundamental human right, noting that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu administration remains committed to protecting vulnerable Nigerians.
Due to shrinking resources and support from international donors, the president had to step in to be able to continue to offer support onto our vulnerable communities.
The Federal Commissioner for Refugees, Migrants and IDPs, Tijani Aliyu Ahmed, alongside the Permanent Secretary, Minister of Humanitarian Affairs and Poverty Reduction, Olubunmi Olusegun, highlighted ongoing federal government's efforts in resettlement and reintegration of refugees and displaced persons in collaboration with Borno State government. In Maiduguri, Pauline Kujevana, NTA News.
The federal government is set to put an end to state government's interference with the funds of local governments through the establishment of a monitoring committee to be supervised by the Revenue Mobilization, Allocation and Fiscal Commission. This was revealed when the Federal Ministry of Finance and its agencies kick-started the 2026 budget defense in the House of Representatives. National Assembly correspondent Mitairi Ikpen has the details.
The House Committee on Finance takes the lead in drilling into the 2026 budget proposals of ministries and agencies, scrutinizing the 14.32 billion expenditure of the Federal Ministry of Finance for 2026, while demanding accountability for some 2025 line items.
You only accounted for 37 million. You said one is 25, another one is 12. So you still have 11 million outstanding unaccounted for. And then we want to see the treasury receipt of the remittance of the 48.5.
Personnel 4.4, overhead 4.5. Then your capital goes to 200 billion, which is contradicting the capital you have on page 29.
The figure as presented to us, I think, by Budget Office, they captured debt servicing. It is not part of our normal capital budget. It is actually debt servicing.
For the Revenue Mobilization, Allocation and Fiscal Commission, its review of the National Revenue Sharing Formula is almost completed, while review of the remuneration of political office holders has been concluded and a report submitted to the President. The Commission also revealed that its ongoing nationwide oil asset verification exercise is backed by technology to improve the integrity of revenue figures.
My people spent 3 to 4 months in the field. Some of them went to the creek water up to here, sir, to identify those oil assets that we have in Nigeria. And by the time we finish, sir, when Mr. President receive this report, this country will shake, sir, and I'm not making it up. The commission would establish a local government committee now, just like we used to do before.
More agencies are expected to appear for budget defense in the coming days. From the National Assembly, Mitaire Ikben, NTA News.
Now, in continuation of its investigation, the House of Representatives Ad Hoc Committee on Power Reforms has engaged officials of the Central Bank of Nigeria to explain intervention by the federal government on power from 2015 to date and its impact on power affordability to consumers. National Assembly correspondent Muhammad Rabiu Ali reports that some electricity distribution companies also appeared before the committee to clear grey areas in their zones.
The power sector reforms in Nigeria, a process that underwent physical development aimed at improving the performance of DISCOs and GENCOs to meet electricity demands. There has, however, been persistent shortage of power and the high demands from consumers. At the interactive session, committee members say Many discos relied on the existing equipment, thereby not performing optimally.
In the power sector, the interventions, the loans, and the rest, CBN was fully involved. And when we're talking about settlement now, why is CBN not involved?
Will that money not go from central bank to the commercial banks of these beneficiaries?
We are aware of the federal government's proposal to intervene in the power sector by settling the previously acquired debt, especially those affecting the operations of the discos.
With the determination of the present administration coming up with reforms, I believe if everybody key into the objective, we'll be able to get over all this challenge.
Jos and Enugu discos took turn briefing the committee on their successes and challenges. Ibadan Electricity Distribution Company also submitted the required documents for scrutiny as a fallout of the committee's oversight visits. From the National Assembly, Muhammad Rabiu Ali, NTA News.
Stay tuned for more reports after the break. The African Union has condemned the terrorist attack in Kwara State, describing it as a heinous act that violates human rights and threatens regional peace. In a statement, AU Commission Chairperson Mahmoud Ali Yusuf reaffirmed the Union's zero tolerance for terrorism and extended condolences to the victims' families, pledging full support to Nigeria and Kwara State authorities. The United States also condemned the attack in a statement by its embassy in Abuja. The U.S. expressed condolences to affected families and welcomed President Bola Tinubu's swift deployment of security forces and humanitarian assistance to the affected communities. Similarly, Turkey has pledged continued support to Nigeria in the fight against terrorism. In a statement by its Ministry of Foreign Affairs, the Turkish government condemned the killings and expressed sympathy with Nigeria and the families of the victims. Meanwhile, the Inspector General of Police, Kayode Egbetokun, has deployed tactical, operational and intelligence assets to Kayama, Kwara State, following a brutal attack that killed 75 people. In a statement, the IGP condemned the violence and has launched a manhunt for the perpetrators. Security presence has been reinforced to restore calm, and residents are urged to cooperate with authorities by providing credible information through the nearest police stations or approved channels. Now, the Chief of the Air Staff, Air Marshal Sunday Aneke, has reaffirmed the Nigerian Air Force's commitment to its core mandate of defending Nigeria's airspace and providing air support to achieve national objectives. Air Marshal Aneke, who stated this during his maiden visit to the Ground Training Command in Enugu, also emphasized the importance of professionalism, discipline and dedication to duty by the Air Force officers. Chimaroke Ugu reports.
The Chief of Air Staff's visit to Ground Training Command Enugu is a testament to his commitment to understanding the operations and challenges facing the Nigerian Air Force units. Air Marshal Sunday Aneke emphasized the need for the Nigerian Air Force to adapt to emerging security threats and technological advancements to ensure the force remains agile and responsive to national security needs.
We are here to make sure that we're giving you security and peace to deserve. And we know that going forward, partnership and collaboration with the body of regulation and federal governments.
While on the visit, the Air Chief paid a familiarization visit to Enugu State Governor Peter Mba, where they agreed to collaborate for a strengthened security and stability in the state.
Thank you very much for the service in our fight and war against insurgency and banditry. And so please be rest assured of our continuous cooperation.
Since assumption of office, the Chief of Air Staff has made significant strides in enhancing the NAV's capabilities, including strengthening intelligence-led operations, improving air power projection, and driving innovation in defense technology and human capacity development. In Enugu, Chimaroke Ugu, NTA News.
President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, under the renewed hope agenda, is committed to entrenching gas as the backbone of national energy architecture, supported by institutional reforms, regulatory enhancements and investment incentives. Minister of State, Petroleum Resources, Gas, Ekperikpe told participants at the Nigeria International Energy Summit that the commitment is leveraging the Decade of Gas initiative for robust harnessing of Nigeria's enormous gas reserves. Lydia Sampson reports.
The speakers here agree that gas remains the cornerstone of Nigeria's energy transition plan towards a cleaner, more secure and inclusive energy future. The minister sees it also as a bridge fuel linking today's realities with tomorrow's low-carbon ambitions.
May I, at this point in time, reaffirm the unwavering commitment of the federal government of Nigeria under the leadership of His Excellency President Bola Ahmed Tinubu GCFR to building a gas-driven economy that delivers prosperity at home and credibility abroad.
We have to accelerate the gas infrastructure development through the support that we always give as a regulator by issuing the permits promptly and making sure that they happen.
Panelists insist the transition must be holistic.
One of the major focus of the Decade of Gas now is addressing the power sector illiquidity. And so a lot of work has been done and is being done, and all the stakeholders are collaborating.
We need the economic signal that tells us the investment is safe and is rewarding enough for the development risk we're going to undertake.
The Gas Master Plan, I must congratulate NNPC and the ministries for putting out a document that is not a sort of a general plan. It's an execution document.
Government is, because of this, promoting development of gas-based industrial hubs across the country. In Abuja, Lydia Sampson, NTA News.
Now, Kano State government says it will improve the infrastructure and structural condition of the Kwanarasinga commodity market to enhance safety and create a more conducive business environment for traders. Governor Abba Kabir Yusuf gave the assurance during a sympathy visit to traders affected by a recent fire outbreak at the market. Abdullahi Mustafa has the details.
Kwanarasinga Market is Kano State's largest hub for commodities and household items. Last weekend, a section of the market was gutted by fire, destroying several shops and warehouses and resulting in losses estimated at billions of naira. Traders in the affected area mainly deal in soaps, detergents, edible oil and other food items. As affected traders continue to count their losses, Governor Abba Kabir Yusuf visited the market to sympathize with them. During the visit, the governor presented a 100 million naira check as financial support and announced plans by the state government to reconstruct and expand internal roads within the market. This, he disclosed, is in addition to the establishment of a fire station and installation of solar-powered street lights to enhance safety and security, while creating a more conducive business environment for traders. Chairman of the Kwanarasinga Market Traders Association, Junaidu Muhammad, alongside one of the affected traders, Munzali Muhammad, expressed appreciation to the governor for his empathy and generosity. In Kano, Abdullahi Mustafa, NTA News.
Female genital mutilation remains a challenge in most parts of the world due to cultural and religious beliefs. But there's a global push to end it by 2030, with calls for sustained commitment and investment to raise awareness growing louder. Tessie Omeri reports.
Female genital mutilation, FGM, is a harmful practice involving the partial or total removal of the external female genitalia. It is most prevalent in countries in Western, Eastern and North Africa. Aisha Abdul, a 15-year-old girl, is a victim of female genital mutilation. She narrates her traumatic experience when the procedure went wrong and battled complications for 6 months.
When I and other girls my age turned 15 years, they were preparing us for marriage. They say it will help us to avoid being promiscuous, but mine went wrong.
Dr. Halima Bello, a consultant gynecologist and fistula surgeon, rescued Aisha through successful surgery.
Every part of the country, we still see patients with female genital mutilation come to the hospital with complications of vaginal urinary leakage. So it is still widely practiced, and we need to do a lot more to stop this menace.
Female genital mutilation, it is a violation of girls' and women's rights, with the global number of victims alarming. This year's commemoration of the International Day Against Female Genital Mutilation highlights the dangers of this harmful tradition, with calls for a total ban.
If not properly done, end up contacting 1 or 2 infections that might be terrible or deadly to their reproductive health.
Now, passionate doctors like Dr. Halima have taken thousands of such women back to the theater for correction. This age-long tradition, many say, dehumanizes the female gender. And a day like this is part of campaigns to end it and give the woman a dignified life. In Abuja, Tessie Oberi, NT.
President Bola Tinubu has congratulated Professor Muhammad Ali Patti, the Coordinating Minister of Health and Social Welfare, and Anna Adeola Mokonju, Vice President's Global Impact at OpenAI, on their inclusion in the DVEX Power 50 list for 2026. In a statement by the Special Advisor to the President on Information and Strategy, Bayo Ononuga, the President described the recognition as well-deserved, noting that it reflects the talent and potential of Nigerians at home and in the diaspora. Professor Patti was recognized for his advocacy for improved healthcare access and reforms in global health systems, while Mokonju was acknowledged for her leadership in global artificial intelligence policy and governance. President Tinubu urged both honorees to continue striving for excellence and contributing to global developments. Time now to join Awol Yusuf Jibu in Lagos to continue the network news. Hello, Awol.
Welcome to Lagos. Amid rising national security challenges, the Federal Operations Unit, FOU Zone A, of the Nigeria Customs Service has intensified efforts to combat smuggling and other forms of illicit trade. The unit has achieved significant results through enhanced operational strategies, intelligence-driven deployments, and strict enforcement, including the recent arrest of 8 suspects in connection with these seizures, reflecting its unwavering resolve to dismantle smuggling networks and safeguard the nation's economy and security. Adejoke Odeka reports.
The Federal Operations Unit Zone A has recorded various seizures with a duty-paid value of over 3.3 billion naira.
Which were intercepted by our diligent officers on patrol.
The Comptroller FOU Zone A, Aliyu Gambo, said the success just within 5 weeks was guided by renewed vigor and discipline anchored on inclusivity in stakeholder engagement. The review, he said, is aimed at strengthening efficiency, accountability, and enforcement outcomes.
This approach led to significant interception of 144 smuggling attempts with goods of different brands. These items are 6,954 bags of foreign parboiled rice, 21 units of assorted Tukumbo vehicles, 3,362 jerrycans of foreign vegetable oil.
The seizure and handover of 3,029 parcels of cannabis indica represent a determined effort to completely disrupt the supply chain and curb the proliferation of the drug trade in the state.
Drug trafficking fuels these threats by providing chemical catalysts such as methamphetamine and others that embolden perpetrators, erode morale, and destabilize our nation. The effects ripple through public spaces, increase health burdens from addiction-related illnesses with attendant economic losses.
The comptroller revealed that investigations are ongoing as a customs officer lost his life in the line of duty, underscoring the zone's continued commitment to tackling smuggling and protecting the well-being of citizens and its personnel. In Lagos, Adejoke Odeka, NTA News.
In line with its commitment to education and youth development, Kellogg's Nigeria has awarded scholarship checks to 150 winners and outstanding children under its Superstar Scholarship Initiative. Ime Udori reports that the 7th edition of the program, with the theme My Superstar Journey, featured creative entries from pupils in nursery and primary schools. Her report is presented from our studios. It is always an exciting and fulfilling moment for both parents, teachers, children, and the Kellogg's brand to promote educational excellence by identifying, rewarding, and encouraging young Nigerians each year as they strive to achieve their dreams.
For 7 years, they've been doing this consistently. All it may be to ensure that we secure the future of our kids and equally alleviate the pain and pressure on parents.
The Kellogg's Superstar Scholarship is designed to support talented students and reward their hard work with educational grants.
I want to be a doctor. I am going to work hard.
This year, 150 children selected from various schools are each receiving 150,000 Naira education grants, turning their dedication and efforts into real support for their learning journey.
I participated in this competition because I knew that I wanted to become a great person in future. Thank you to Kellogg's for letting me to come here, giving me such a big opportunity in my life. Thank you, Kellogg's. I love you.
They are really doing great. And it's very, very good that something like this is going on in the school.
Kellogg's is a very good brand. In fact, I give it to my kids. They have outstanding products that are so good for our children. It's so nourishable, a lot of vitamins.
Kellogg says the Superstar Scholarship reflects its commitment to nurturing young minds and investing in Nigeria's future beyond the breakfast table.
We've been very, very fulfilled, seeing kids grow from strength to strength, express themselves. And the good thing is we still try to keep on track with these kids. We monitor what they do, and it's been very good because based on our own involvement with their lives, it's been joyous. It's been very good for us.
With this presentation, the brand affirms education of children as a shared responsibility, one that rewards excellence and inspires hope. And those are the reports from Lagos. Our business guru, Benny Adams, is standing by with the business segment of the news after the break. Don't go away.
Well, good to know you're here. It's time to talk business. Now, for decades, Nigeria's public purse has been described as a leaky bucket with revenues lost to systemic gaps through paper-based accounting. But today, the Minister of State Finance, Dr. Doris Anite, is betting on a digital revolution to plug the holes for good. This is as she met with tech service providers to finalize on government ability to track every single naira earned across all ministries, departments and agencies in real time. This is as the era of waiting weeks for bank reconciliations is being replaced by a live digital dashboard. No receipt, no service, as the government has declared that electronic receipts are now the sole recognized proof of payment for federal services. Whether you are renewing a passport or paying a corporate levy, it will, if it is not a digital system, it didn't happen. Dr. Anita's message to service providers is clear. Accountability is no longer optional. As the 2026 fiscal year gathers steam, the world will be watching to see if this digital dragnet can truly catch the billions that have evaded the Nigerian people for so long. Now a quick look at the market at this time. It was a green Friday across key African markets as investors shook off the midweek jitters to end the trading week on a high note. In Nigeria, the bulls are in full control as the all-share index crossed the massive 171,700 points mark, gaining 1.01% in a single day. The big win is that investors' wealth grew by a staggering 1.11 trillion naira in just a few hours, with with 58 gainers against only 19 losers. It was actually a buy everything kind of day. And in South Africa, gold and tech charged as JSE Top 40 climbed 1.73% to close at 112,034.30 basis points. And for Tunisia, it is a slow, steady and solid wins the race kind of game as the benchmark closed at 14,599.12%, sitting near its all-time high. So this shows investors are holding their ground and picking up gains in local retail financial services at this time. That is it on business. Lami, you can take it from here.
Many thanks, Baini. In a major boost to livestock development and animal health in Nigeria, the Federal Ministry of Livestock, in collaboration with the World Bank-supported Livestock Productivity and Resilience Support Project, has supplied thousands of doses of critical livestock vaccines to Jigawa State, aimed at combating deadly transboundary animal diseases and improving the quality of meat for Nigerians. Muhammad Musa Askira reports.
No fewer than 150,000 doses of contagious bovine CBPP vaccines and 4,000 doses of foot and mouth disease vaccines have been delivered to Jigawa State by the Federal Ministry of Livestock in partnership with the World Bank-supported Livestock Productivity and Resilience Support Project. The intervention is targeted at strengthening animal health systems, preventing the spread of transboundary animal diseases, and ensuring the production of healthy livestock and quality meat for the overall well-being of Nigerians. The development is also seen as a significant boost to the Jigawa State government's commitments to routine animal-free livestock vaccination aimed at supporting herders, improving productivity and promoting peaceful coexistence between farmers and pastoral communities. Receiving the consignment on behalf of the state government, the Director of Veterinary Services at the Jigawa State Ministry of Livestock Development described the intervention as timely and strategic, noting that it will enhance disease control, improve livestock productivity and safeguard rural livelihoods. The initiative aligns with the national efforts to modernize the livestock sector, enhance food security and build resilience in Nigeria's agricultural value chain.
Jigawa State is one of the states that share border with neighboring countries, so we wanted to tackle these diseases before it even emerges.
Jigawa State is annually supporting vaccination exercise to make sure these animals are healthy in order to provide healthy and wholesome meat.
With sustained collaboration between the federal governments, development partners and state authorities, Jigawa State positioned itself as a model in livestock health management and sustainable agricultural development. In Dutse, Muhammad Musa Askira, NTA.
The federal government's animal vaccination drive aims to eradicate diseases, boost livestock productivity and ensure sustainable production nationwide. The Livestock Productivity and Resilience Support Project presented vaccines in Abuja to support the efforts. Yusuf Jika reports.
Across borders and beyond boundaries, transboundary animal diseases continue to threaten livestock productivity and farmers' livelihoods. Highly contagious and often deadly, these diseases spread fast, leaving economic losses in their wake and placing food security at risk. It is this growing animal health challenge that has brought stakeholders together with life-saving doses of vaccines against foot and mouth disease, contagious bovine pleuropneumonia, Pest dispetis ruminants, and Newcastle disease being rolled out for vaccination across the Federal Capital Territory.
Today it is the turn of FCT to take a delivery of 505,000 doses. Not only that, the project will be supporting with field inoculation.
They are so magnanimous to us and they have given us enough vaccines, which I hope will be used effectively to curtail all these transboundary animal diseases.
So far, 18.2 million doses of vaccines have been delivered to the 36 states, and the FCT is strengthening disease control efforts and building resilience across Nigeria's livestock sector. The initiative is set to deepen the gains of the renewed Hope Livestock Transformation Drive, safeguarding livelihoods, boosting productivity, and securing the future of animal farming in Nigeria. In Abuja, Yusuf Jika, NTA News.
Governor Muhammadu Inuwa Yahaya has inaugurated 11 coordinators for the Renewed Hope initiative in Gombe State, signaling a renewed push to deepen grassroots mobilization and inclusive governance across the state. The inauguration reflects the administration's resolve to drive the Renewed Hope vision beyond policy to practical impact. Nafisa Omar Garba reports.
Standing here at the APC Square in Gombe, where the Renewed Hope initiative is activating grassroots mobilization, connecting directly with the people. The inauguration of the local government area coordinators of the Renewed Hope initiative across Gombe State is designed to increase community participation and ensure sustenance of the initiative's vision in bridging the gap between the government and the governed.
You are therefore challenged again and again to ensure that the aims and the objectives of the Renewed Hope agenda, which have been clearly specified by the state coordinator, are achieved to the letter. I most sincerely thank the President, the First Lady, and the Governor for their desire to improve the lives of Nigerians by improving their standard of living.
Speakers at the event urged the coordinators to remain committed, accountable, and people-oriented in delivering the objectives of the initiative. The coordinators promised to work closely with communities to promote inclusive growth and development.
We are set to move to the grassroots to do our job and discharge the duties responsibly given to us.
With this inauguration, the Renewed Hope initiative now focuses on grassroots-driven governance in Gombe State. Nafisa Umar Garba, NTA News.
Sports news in a short while after the break. You're welcome back. We're now joined Bade in the Sports Corner for sports stories. Bade.
Many thanks, Lami. Let's begin from the tennis court as Team Nigeria is set to file out against Uzbekistan in the Davis Cup World Group 2 playoffs at the Lagos Lawn Tennis Club this weekend. In the opening match on Saturday, Kanis Abuja of Nigeria takes on Kumoyon Sultanov of Uzbekistan, while in the second match, Daniel Adeleye faces Abdulaziz Usmanjonov. On Sunday, spectators will be thrilled with the reverse singles event, while in the doubles event, the pair of Abubakar Yusuf and Michael Emmanuel of Nigeria will face Shukrov Saidon and Ilya Ignatov.
We hosting Davis Cup is a step in the right direction, and our ability at the end of the day will take us to a next level of the game. And I tell you, tennis is taking a new shape in Nigeria.
But now, Nigeria's hopes of testing themselves against eternal rivals Ghana ahead of the 2026 Women's Africa Cup of Nations have suffered a setback after the Black Queens pulled out of the WAFU Invitational Tournament. The four-nation event scheduled to take place in Abidjan from the 27th of February to 7th March had been lined up as a high-intensity warm-up involving WAFCON participants Nigeria, Ghana, Senegal, and host Cote d'Ivoire. But Ghana will instead feature at the Pinks Ladies Cup in the United Arab Emirates. Uncertainty now surrounds the WAFU tournament format, as organizers are yet to confirm if a new team will be invited or the competition will go ahead as a three-team event. Back home, the Nigeria Premier Football League enters match day 25 this weekend, with Bendel Insurance and Neyimba facing off in Saturday's long game at the Samuel Ogbemudia Stadium, Benin City. 9 other matches are scheduled for Sunday as the league gets to its business end. Away from Nigeria, Manchester United's new form gets another test in the form of Tottenham in Saturday's early kickoff of the English Premier League. Aston Villa afterwards play away to Bournemouth in a match that will be live on NTA as leaders Arsenal host Sunderland, while Chelsea play away to Wolves. The marquee fixture of the weekend is scheduled for Anfield on Sunday as Liverpool take on Manchester City in a battle of underperformers. That does it on Sports Tonight. Let's now return to Lami.
Thank you, Buddy. And this is also where we come to the end of the news for today. We thank you for watching. Be sure to make the most of the weekend. I'm Lami Ali. Do have a good evening.